Okay, so the next one we're going to do is a 6 Caillou Code Wars challenge called Help the Bookseller. And I actually already solved it because I didn't want to try to figure it out on camera if I couldn't figure it out. But I did figure it out. And so basically what you're doing is you're given a right here, you're given an array of books. So A Bart 20, C something 50, B something 25, B something 89, and D something 60. So what you're doing is, so the letters mean that means that's the code for that section of books, and um, 20 is the number of books in that section. So section and book number, section and book number. And these are the categories. So each section falls under a category based on the starting letter. So if it starts with A, if this section starts with A, then you put it into this category. If it starts with C, you put it into this category. If it starts with B, you put it into this category. And so you add together the categories that are the same. So B, we see two categories that are B, so we add the values 25 and 89 for that one. So the result will be a string that looks like this with the category and the number of books in that category. So if there's only right here, there's only one section of A, so it'd just be 20. But B has two sections of B, so it'd be 114. C has one section, it'd be 50. W has nothing, so that wouldn't include it. And D isn't included in the list of categories, so we don't include it. So how you get started doing this is, this took me a while to figure out, but basically what you want to use to begin with is the filter method. So you take you create a variable. I called it A result, B result, C result, D result. So for the letters A, B, C, and D, and you take the original array of books, the books, and you filter it by sections that start with that letter. So A result will be only books. You're filtering the books only by books that start with the letter A. Same with B, C, and D. The next thing, the next thing you need to do is you need to get rid of the spaces. So you're for each one of these, you're for A, you're removing this space in between A Bart and 20, and so you're doing that through map and then replace method of, so you're mapping the array and then replacing each word in the array without a space. And so next is so next thing you're doing for each one is turning it into a number. So now you're going to have A Bart 20, and now you need to replace all of the letters. So you get rid of the A Bart, but you're still labeling it as an A result, so you know it's an A result. So, and then you take that and you map it to the number using the number method. So now you have the results just as numbers. So you just have the number 20, the number 50, the number 25, the number 89, and the number 60. So that is good, but now you need to get the sum for each letter. So next you're taking the sum. This is hard to explain because it's so complicated. But next you're taking the sum of that array depending on which letter you're doing. So the A sum would be the sum of all numbers that are part of the section A, and so on for B, C, and D. And then finally, you define the pair. So down here, the result where it's in pairs, you define it as A colon and then A sum. So that's one pair, and you do the same for B pair, C pair, D pair, and you can copy and paste this. So all the results without spaces, the result with numbers 1, and the result with numbers actually is the number, the sum of the numbers, and then the pair. That's what you do for B, C, and D. And then you create an if statement that says you return only A pair if the category is only A, and the category length is less than 2. Next would be if the category includes A and B and it's less than 3, you return A pair dash B pair, and then so on and so forth all the way down the alphabet. So that is how you solve that. I tested it here. It worked, but let's try if we attempt it. So it's not going to work. And the reason it's not going to work is because you need to include every single letter in the alphabet. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So D, We're starting at D and we're going to go down to Z. D, E, F, or D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So that is good. And now we have to actually change all of the letters for all those. So go up to where it says A, B, C, D, and now we're on E. So E, E, E. I won't say anything. I'll just kind of work through it. And then when I get it done, I'll test it again. Okay, the reason that's not working is we have to actually add the results here. So D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. W, X, Y, Z, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, that's great. Now we need to change these letters to E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. So when I just talking through this, whenever you encounter a problem that has multiple steps like this, it's best to break it down step by step. So you don't try to approach the entire thing all at once with everything happening at once. You're gonna overwhelm yourself, and you're not gonna want to do it. You're gonna get disheartened and not want to code anymore. So break it down to literally step by step, and pat yourself on the back for small little accomplishments that you make throughout the process. Okay, so that's all good. That all looks good now. F, G, okay. E, F, G, H, H. And actually, there's quite a lot that goes into this because I'm going to have to add a lot of variants to the if statements for every combination. So this is going to take a while. But if you stick with me, you can see that it actually is solvable. So there might be a faster way to do this, but this is the way that I do it. I mostly do things manually because I'm not as good at the shortcuts, so I usually take the long way around. So yeah. Okay, so that is all done. Now we have to do the if statements. So there's going to be a bunch of these. Let's just get all of the basics down first and then see how many we need to add. As you can see, this is hundreds of lines of code to solve this problem because it's a 6 Caillou. It goes all the way down to 1 Caillou, which is literally the hardest problems you can possibly imagine. Take thousands of lines to solve it. But, you can work your way up, see how far you can make it. So we got D pair. So that's great. And then, yeah. So we add this. Like I said, if you have any questions or you want me to walk you through any of this, it's kind of hard to explain, but I can do any kind of video chat with you guys if you want me to walk you through any of these problems or whatever. So This actually could take a long time because there's so many combinations of things it could be. Like I said, there's probably a much faster way to do this, but this is a way to do it. Yeah, this is gonna take a long time, but it might take an hour at a time here. But if you stick with me, I'll get it done. C pair, D pair. Copy. So how many tests are there? VCW. So let's just add one for W and see if what happens there. ABCW. We'll just keep adding for the ones they tell me to add. ABCW. AB. Maybe it's only 4 categories. Okay. Let's see here. E pair. D pair. So why is it doing D pair for that? Oh, here we go. That's why. Okay, let's test it. So yes, you have to do this for. So it looks like it's never going to be more than 4 categories, maybe. So we'll add those categories. It's going to be B, R, D, X, B, R, D. I don't know how many of these there's going to be, but we'll keep testing it. Okay. Else if categories is less than or equal to 0, return. Okay. So these are just some what's the word? Edge cases, I guess. These are some edge cases. So, for instance, if there's books but there's no categories, if there's categories but there's no books, then it'll just return an empty string. Okay, we beat it. There we go. They only did a couple of these cases, so we didn't have to put every possible solution. We just did with the ones they asked for. And then, yeah, boom, done. Sweet.